بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In today's dars, we're going to talk to you about al-jumla al-fi'liya, or we're going to talk to you about those verbal sentences that we have previously discussed. But in this particular video, we're going to discuss what makes up this jumla al-fi'liya, or this verbal sentence. What are its different parts? And the jumla al-fi'liya is made up of two sure parts and one possibility. The thing that we need to understand about this jumla al-fi'liya is that it has to have al-fi'l. It has to have a verb. Because as we said before, this is what the jumla al-fi'liya starts with, the verb. And obviously, if you have the action, and obviously you're going to have the fa'il, or even the thing that takes the place of the fa'il, the doer of the verb. So generally, when we're talking about this jumla al-fi'liya, these two things are going to be there. You're going to have these things. You have as well that which some of the scholars of the language call at-takmila, or that which completes the sentence. This, it can be there or it can be left off. And an example of where we have just the verb and the doer of the verb is like if we were to say that first sentence on the screen, Ja'a Muhammad. Muhammad came. Here you see Ja'a is the verb and the doer of the verb is Muhammad, and it's a complete sentence. It makes sense all by itself. But if you like, you can put on what they call a takmila. And this is the thing that completes the sentence. You could say, you can add on the end like we wrote in the second part of the sentence, min ad-dars. Ja'a Muhammad min ad-dars. Muhammad came from the lesson. You see, this min ad-dars is considered to be the takmila. This jar wal majroor is considered to be a takmila. It's something that completes the sentence, but it's not necessarily a necessity. And these are the three parts of the jumla fi'liya. Two of them have to be there, as we said, and this is the fi'l and the fa'il, and then we have a takmila. Now, as far as the fi'l, or the verb, it's going to be one of three different types generally. Either it's going to be fi'l al-madi, like in this verb, like in this sentence, kataba Mahmud ad-dars. The word kataba here, the underlined word, means he wrote. So here we see that the verb is considered to be the fi'l al-madi, or the past tense verb. And kataba Mahmud ad-dars means that Mahmud wrote the dars. And then you also have the chance that the fi'l is going to be mudari', or a present tense verb. And this you see in the second sentence on the screen. يكتب محمود الدرس. يكتب محمود الدرس means that Mahmud is writing the lesson. Now, we see here this word yaktub is the fi'l al-mudari', the underlined word here. As well, you're going to find that the fi'l ahyanan, or sometimes, is going to be the fi'l al-amr, or the command, which is something that you're requesting to be done, whether it be in the near future or the far future. And this is like that last sentence on the screen that says, uktub ad-dars. Someone is commanding you to write the lesson. And here we see that the verb here is the fi'l al-amr. As well, the second part that we said that was from the asl, or one of the fundamental aspects of this jumla fi'liya, is the fa'il, the doer. If you have the action, you're going to have a doer, or something that takes its place. Now, generally, you're going to find that the fa'il, or the doer of the verb is going to be one of two things. Either it's going to be called what's called an ism al-zahir. And the ism al-zahir is an actual name or a title or things along these lines. Like in this sentence here, Kataba Mahmud ad-Dars. Mahmud here is the file. He's the doer of the verb. If we said Kataba, we're going to say who wrote. And the doer of the verb here is Mahmud. Or it's a possibility as well that the fa'il or the doer of this verb can be a dhamir. Like all of the dhama'ir, ana, wa nahnu, wa anta, wa anti, wa huwa, wa hiya, all of these different dhama'ir or pronouns that we were talking about, they can all fall into being the doer of the verb. Now we see this here in this statement, katabat anti ad-dars. Anti here, the underlying word anti, is the doer of the verb. So it's saying that you, talking to a woman, it's saying that you wrote the dars, or you wrote the lesson. And then the last part that we want to talk about is at-takmilah. And inshallah ta'ala, we're going to get into this part actually in other videos. We're just going to touch on it right now, just so you know, so that when you see this Jumla al-Fi'liyah, that you know where everything fits in. The takmila is actually the rest of the sentence. That extra stuff that is not absolutely necessary in the sentence. And it could be a lot of different things. It could be the maf'ulun bihi. Just like when we wrote before this sentence here, Kataba Mahmud ad-Dars. It's enough to say Kataba Mahmud. But to add on to the end of it, to let you know what it was that he wrote, you add the maf'ulun bihi or the object and it says ad-Dars. So we say Kataba Mahmud. Okay, what did he write? He wrote ad-Dars. And this is the object of the verb and it's considered to be part of the takmila. As well, it could be what they call al-hal or the situation. How it came about. Just like in this other sentence here. Ja'a Mahmud dahikan. Ja'a Mahmud is enough. That's the verb and the doer of the verb. But we added in there dahikan so you know how it was that he came. He was laughing. And this is the basic makeup of the Jumla al-Fi'liyah. And I hope this particular video was clear in explaining to you how it is that we go about making up this Jumla al-Fi'liyah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وأشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وأستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.